welcome to the AEW Revolution post show. It's your boy ABE from DET.
And that ball bro from the NYC.
We here. Hell of a pay-per-view. AEW don't miss at all. They know what they're doing. They're the kings of pay-per-view. I have given them that title, and tonight was nothing short of that. Great night of professional wrestling. We're not going to run through all of the 0 hour stuff in depth. I will let you know that Marshall and AJ defeated the infantry. I wish somebody would put Big Justice through a table for good. But anyway, and the Rizzler. Willow Nightingale versus Lena Cross, which was a tale of things to come later in the evening. But Willow Nightingale got the win there in that one. But as you can see in the bottom graphic, the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal came down to our king, our brother of excellence, Ricochet, who got screwed. Referee put his nose where it didn't belong, sent the demand to the back. It was one-on-one. That damn Jack Perry got one up on our king and is the new... What is it? What title is that
the new national
championship? Damn, they changed the name so much, I almost forgot.
Man.
National championship.
Let me listen. Before we get to the main card, man, I was hoping you would bring this up, man. Like I don't know if Tony Khan woke up on the wrong side of the bed, decided to put our bald king like in jeopardy like this. Like,
right,
this treatment is just unfair and unconstitutional right here. You put a man in there 1v20, those odds were insurmountable, and then on top of that, you forced Toa and Bishop Khan to the locker room, in the back, so you had no backup. So like I said, it was 20v1. It was insurmountable odds. I mean, he did his best. Like I said, he loaded up that damn spirit gun. It was firing off rounds one by one. But guess what? This jungle boy, this jungle Jack boy right here, a boy shouldn't have a chance against a bald light skinned god as Ricochet. But like you said, the tables were slanted in Jungle Jack Boy's favor for tonight. He's the new national champion, but he ain't gonna have that belt for long, because even in the King's Boo, Samantha Irvin was pissed off as well, man. So you already got Ricochet and now the bomb Samantha Irvin on their shit list right now. So they better atone for tonight's sins and give my man an immediate rematch. 1v1, whether it's on Dynamite, whether it's in Dynasty next month in Vancouver. I mean, we need to rectify this social injustice that happened tonight in LA.
Make sure you stream Samantha's music on all streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And next up, tag team title match, FTR versus the Young Bucks. But it wasn't the Young Bucks and FTR that really stole the show. Though it was a great match, FTR gets the win. And afterwards, the return of Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, a.k.a. Edge and Christian. They're back. They grab those tag team titles, and they do look mighty fine on their shoulders. Double or nothing, I might say. We shall see. Ball, bro, how you feel about the tag team match at Revolution?
I will never forget when this match was announced. I saw so many people here. Oh, we're getting FTR and the Bucks again. This match again. Yeah, we're getting two of the greatest tag teams, not just in the modern era, but in professional wrestling history, going at it for the fourth time. And man, what we got tonight was, who expected anything less than just a great matchup between, like I said, two of the greatest tag teams of all time, that being FTR and the Young Bucks. It was great. It was cinematic. It was cinematic excellence, in my opinion. The Bucks bringing out all their kids, had their family ringside watching it, cheering on their dads, and it was just brilliant. I mean, like, freaking Nick Jackson wearing that crimson mask. I mean, that was just a tale. That was just a harbinger of things to come for the rest of the night of Revolution. I mean, they fought to the very bitter end, but you know what? FTR just had their number tonight, and they pick up the victory 1, 2, 3. But like you said, after match, post match, we get the return of Cope and Cage, and they take out FTR, and they make their intentions very obvious, man. They hold those tag team titles right there. But then you saw the Bucks crawl into the ring afterwards, right there. So a little foreshadowing right there. If I had to guess off the top of my head, maybe we get that Cope Cage FTR match next month in Canada. Cope Cage win it, man. Listen, I hate to be selfish because I'm gonna be there in New York City at Double or Nothing. Can we get Cope Cage versus Young Bucks in New York City for Double or Nothing? That'd be dope. But you know what? Someone else passed this along my timeline about a TLC 3-way match at All In London. Young Bucks, FTR, Cope, and Cage. Oof, that would be tag team excellence right there. But I mean, a great start to the night. I mean, two of the greatest tag teams of all time putting on an instant classic, just setting the tone for a great night in LA.
Definitely, definitely. Shout out Matt the Duelist in the comments. He's saying, bald people matter. Yes, they do, Matt. 24/7, 365, and especially on this show at AEW post shows.
Absolutely.
The next up, we got, where are we at here? Boom, there we go. A lot of people thought that the star of this show would be Marina Shafir and Tony Storm. They put on a hell of a match, but that wasn't it. Storm defeats Shafir, but afterwards, out comes Ronda Rousey. I don't know if this is a challenge or just a promotion of her upcoming fight, but she's in an AEW ring with one of their best. You can only assume a fight is coming soon. But, bro, how'd you feel about Marina, Tony Storm, and Ronda Rousey's appearance after?
I mean, first off with the match, I think Marina did very well tonight. I think this might have been her best in-ring performance tonight. Now, I understand she's standing across from one of the best in the business in Tony Storm, but I think she did more than hold her own. You know, they didn't do too much. They stood within Marina's comfort zone, and I think she came off looking great in this match. Like, even in defeat, she still looked strong. You know, it kind of, you know, she got pinned with Tony's big package right there. So they already set up for Dynamite, a no holds barred rematch. So we'll see that. But like you said, Ronda Rousey coming out to the end, you know, getting face to face with Tony Storm. And like you just mentioned it, in 2 months, coincidentally in LA in the Intuit Dome, you're gonna have Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. So I don't think we're gonna see a Ronda Rousey like all elite graphic there. I think this is my opinion. I could be wrong. I think this is strictly how do you say just promoting her fight with Carano. Maybe you get a one-off match. Maybe it could be Rousey and Marina Shafir versus bringing Gina to team up with Tony Storm. You know, a little cross promotion match. Like I said, you're promoting the fight. At the end of the day, I understand Ronda has a little checkered history in the past, you know, in the wrestling ring and other stuff as well. You know, you can look that for yourself. But if it's nothing more than just a couple of appearances promoting the fight for a couple months, then I don't mind that. You know, is what it is. I don't think she would be. She's not a necessary addition long term to the women's roster, but like I said, it's business at the end of the day. So if it's promotion for the fight in 2 months, then I have no problem with it.
None whatsoever. Ronda Rousey will always and forever be good business in my book, just because, you know, people, she's a commodity. You know what I mean? They want to see her, but we shall see what comes of it after that. Next up, man, you thought Ronda Rousey was a surprise back. Jon Moxley defeats Takeshita, and this was my favorite. I won't say it was the best. I don't know. We'll see when we talk later, but this was my favorite match of the night. Great showing from Moxley and Takeshita. Incredible match. Moxley gets the win. Afterwards, Death Riders come out. To the rescue comes returning Will Ospreay. Takes out the entire Death Rider single-handedly. Looking good, looking strong, and looking like he's ready for a fight with Jon Moxley. Bro, your boy is back.
I feel elevated, brother. Like, oh my god! But before we get to Sir Ospreay, like I said, Moxley and Takeshita. I mean, god damn! Like, we've seen the match a whole bunch of times over the few years, but it's like I feel like this match was an entirely different match from what we've seen before. I feel like, you know, it's like if you're driving a car, you know, you're in manual. They just kept going up one gear after every few minutes. And as the match went further down, they just shifted into a higher gear. But man, those last 5-10 minutes, I mean, my god, they just kicking out of each other's finishers. Freaking Takeshita came off as a warrior right here. I mean, he was bleeding through his black eye right there. It was a sick visual, and you know, Takeshita was defiant to the end, you know, flipped off Mox and that by put him to sleep with that rear naked choke. You know, he got some respect at the end, you know, got the handshake deal right there. So we'll see what's going to happen with him and the Don Callis family going forward. But like you said, I mean, lights go out. We see the Weapon X esque kind of trailer with Will Ospreay coming out of the healing tube, kind of like Dragon Ball Z esque, Goku getting out of the healing chamber, on Planet Namek, and he is back. I mean, he is looking fit. He is looking great. I love how there were rumors that when he comes back, he's gonna have to tone down his style. He's gonna have to wrestle a little bit different. She said, hold my cup, brother. He said, fuck that. 100 miles per hour. You get a hidden blade. I'm going to the top turnbuckle. I'm doing a moonsault, taking out the entire the Death Riders all in one swoop. Remember, he got revenge on his mind. It was Moxley and the Death Riders who took him out back at Forbidden Door last year inside that cage. So he has revenge on his mind. He ain't wasting no time. The aerial assassin, he has the leader of the Death Riders, Moxie, right in his sights. And we're going to get that match sooner rather than later. It's going to be vicious, violent. I cannot wait.
Ospreay back business is definitely booming. Next up,
boom.
Earlier, she got the pin. I'm talking Willow Nightingale over Cross, but later on in the evening, Cross double choke slam, pulls the upset. The newcomer to AEW has tag team gold now with Megan Bayne. She pins Willow, gets her revenge from the 0 Hour, and there are new tag team champions. Bro, how you feel about the women's tag team division?
I mean, it's shaping up pretty nicely right now. And you know what, like, and I do feel bad for Penelope Ford because we've talked about this before. I think the plan would have been Penelope and Megan being the inaugural women's tag champs, but unfortunately injuries have gotten in the way. And Tony had to scramble, he had to pivot, and you had to put gold on Megan Bayne eventually. And I think this is the right call right here. I mean, you just the look, the presence, the feel, the aura that Lena and Megan have. I mean, now they go by the team name of Divine Dominion right there, and it just fits them like a glove right there. I mean, they are just towering, they are just intimidating, and they can do whatever the hell they want. I mean, like you said, Willow got beat up pretty badly in her match in the in 0 against Lena, so it's not surprising that she just couldn't hang on much longer against both Lena and Megan in this instance. I mean, they had a good run as the inaugural tag champs, but now though the warpath that Lena and Megan are going to lay waste going forward, it's going to be something to behold. I mean, they're putting the rest of the women's tag team roster on notice right now. Whoever beats them, like, they're going to be a couple of beasts in the making. But yeah, this is the right call, and I can't wait to see what they do going forward.
Definitely. Next up, Swerve Strickland defeats Brody King. This was a hard-hitting affair. Swerve threw everything and the kitchen sink at Brody King to pick up this win. All type of shenanigans, but he got the job done afterwards. Kenny Omega makes an appearance, saved for Brody King. We could be getting Kenny and Swerve again, some type of angle. Maybe all three. We shall see where it turns out. But how'd you feel about this match and Kenny save after?
Man, like you said, this was a hard-hitting physical affair from start to finish. Like you said, I mean, he Swerve threw everything but the kitchen sink at Brody, and Brody looked like a goddamn monster right there, because towards the end, it took like multiple house call kicks to take him out. It wasn't no fluke. Like, Swerve had to go through hell and back to pick up this victory tonight. I mean, that vertebreaker on the outside of the ring onto the concrete, man, that was nasty. That thud was sickening right there. But I mean, even in defeat, Brody came off looking like a monster. He came off, I think still looking very good, and I hope that he's still kept in a prominent position going forward. But like I said, the Kenny Omega coming back for the save, fending off Swerve and Nana. So I think we're gonna get a rematch soon. I wouldn't be surprised at the next pay-per-view in Dynasty next month in Vancouver. And we'll see what happens going forward. But I mean, things just feel, I mean, just look at tonight's show. You didn't have the likes of Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega in matches. Now you get both those guys back at the same time on top of this already stacked roster going forward as we go into the spring, as we go into the summer, man. This is like picking up like two starting all-star players who have been on injured reserve for half the season. They coming back right now, and your team is just better than ever. That's the AEW roster roster right now, man. Like excitement levels are through the roof. I mean, for the entire AEW fan base, in my opinion.
Definitely, definitely. Can't wait to see wherever Kenny takes this with Swerve, with Brody King, tag team match. Sign me up for whatever they got coming next. But next up, all type of shenanigans from Julia Hart, Sky Blue, the twisted, what are they? Madness or dark madness?
Triangle Madness,
Triangle
yeah.
of Madness. Tekla retains the AEW Women's Championship against Statlander after a couple curve stomps, some spears. She gets the job done and still. You happy with the outcome? Me personally, I thought Statlander was going to pull it off, but Tekla still champ.
Yeah, there was a point where I thought Statlander was gonna pull it out, was gonna regain her title, but you know what? Listen, they need new stars in that women's division, and Tekla is her right there. It's been almost about a year she's been with AEW, and I say what she fits AEW like a glove. She is the next superstar in the making right here. I mean, just her presence, her aura, the way that she talks, like she's different, but in the best possible way. Like she stands out above so much of the rest of the roster. Like she is unique both in and out of the ring, and I think she is perfect championship quality, like I said, megastar potential right here. So I think her beating Statlander in the 2 out of 3 falls match was the right call right here. Where does she go from here? We'll see. I mean, you give another new up and coming comer a shot, we'll see. Or you could run back Tony Storm. You could up the level of her credential for her title run going forward, put a caliber opponent in her direction. We'll see, but I think this is absolutely the right call. Tekla is a superstar in my opinion in the making. I mean, she was, like I said, perfect signing for AEW a year later, and I think she's only going to get better from here.
Definitely, definitely. Next up, this one shocked the hell out of me. Jet Speed, and they just lost these titles with Hangman Page to the Don Callis family. Here they are winning them back, but with a new partner, Mystico from CMLL has showed up, the legend himself, and he is now 1/3 of the trio's title with Jet Speed. They defeat the Don Callis family. Shocking to me. I did not see this coming,
No,
but it
me
is what
neither.
it is. How you feel about the title change here?
I mean, I was shocked. Like, of all the 10 matches we had on the main card, this was the one that was a lock. Like you said, it's only been a couple of weeks since the Don Callis family won the titles from Hangman and Jet Speed. So this was the one I was like, it'll be a great match, but I think easy retain right here. But man, was I wrong? I mean, and first off, shout out to Bailey and Kevin Knight, who came out in mask, wrestled the first 5-10 minutes in the mask. I thought that was dope, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were relieved when those masks were pulled off
Right.
towards the middle of the match. It's like, all right, cool, I could breathe, I could do what I can right now. But I mean, I hate to say it, but I love this trio better than the one with Hangman right here. I think Mystical fits the aesthetic of Knight and Bailey so much better. I mean, that ending was sick. I mean, Mystical has had the submission on, and Kevin Knight jumps over both those guys, hitting the UFO splash for the 1-2-3. I mean, shock. Like I said, probably the most shocker of the night, but even better afterwards. We see the graphic on the big screen that Mystico is now all elite, and I love it in the sense that it's been a decade plus since he was in WWE as Sin Cara. Things didn't go great there, so now over a decade later, he's getting another chance to run at it in a major promotion here in the States. He's a dual contract now. He's still going to be working at CMLL and AEW as well as a handful of other talents. But yeah, I'm happy for Mystico. I mean, that dude is amazing. He's a legend. So, like I said, this trio is going to do good things for the division. And yeah, man, like I said, probably the most shocking result of the night.
Definitely, definitely. Next up, another one kind of shocked me. Andrade El Idolo defeats the smoking hot Bandito. This match was everything I thought it would be and some. Andrade, a great addition to AEW. Whatever legal things they had to do to get that time reduced to get him back on television was much needed. His presence was felt on this card. This was an incredible match. Andrade picks up the win over your guy Bandito, bro. How you feel about it?
Man, I was so excited for this match when it was announced, man, because in my opinion, this is the closest, as far as two two of the greatest like luchadors like in modern day wrestling history. Like this gave me 97 Guerrero versus Mysterio vibes from Halloween Havoc 97. If you guys are old enough to remember that one, I mean one of my favorite matches of all time. But these guys, like I love how it started out slow, but it just kept gradually kept building and building and building. And man, those last 5 minutes were insane. That 21 plex that Bandito hit while Andrade was laying down on the ground, hit that. It was nasty. It was beautiful. Then he hit like some backward spinning heel kick. I mean, insane. But Andrade, like what probably the nastiest spinning elbow you will ever see, hits the DM from the top rope. I mean, that was beautiful. Picked up the 1, 2, 3. Andrade is on the roll of his life right now. You can make the argument he's top 2 or top 3 in the world right now. I mean, I guarantee you, come like November, December, like he's gonna be in discussion for wrestler of the year. I mean, and I say, you know what? I mean, we'll talk about the championship match later on, but I think yeah, it's a very valid case for to being next man up to challenge for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship because, like I say, he's on a roll right now. I mean, whether it's in AEW, New Japan, CMLO, wherever he's performing around the world, he is knocking it out of the park right now. I mean, like I said, this is the greatest I think we've ever seen Andrade, and I think he's going to get rewarded, maybe with some gold in the near future.
Do you see him and Bandito running it back, or do you want him to just jump to the next story?
I would, for the immediate future, like I would like him to move on, and I say we circle back maybe later in the year. Let it breathe, you know. Like this was a good match. This was a good it was a good setting tonight, but let it breathe a little bit. We'll come back to this. I say maybe in the summer or in the fall, you know, when enough time has passed, you know, see where guys arcs have gone since then. When they reconvene, you know, maybe it's just time again. Maybe it'd be for some gold, maybe it'd be for a potential for gold. But yeah, let's let it breathe right now. We don't need to run the immediate rematch right now. Like let it breathe, let it be on its own for a bit. It will make the rematch more special when eventually it does happen.
Definitely, definitely. Next up, trios match, and you already know AEW know what the hell they doing when it comes to trios match. You saw it earlier in the title match, but this one was just as good, if not better, as Cassidy, Allen, Roderick Strong defeat the Dogs, picking up the W. Great match. I think everybody in this match had their moment to shine. This was great showing for all 6 of these guys. But the baby faces pick up the win here in the trios match. How you feel about this one, Bob, bro?
This match went 100 miles per hour from the moment the bell
Did.
rang, and that's exactly what I was expecting when this match was announced. I mean, holy shit. I mean, I got to be honest, like with people like Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors, I was a little iffy at first on them in the past. I got to be 100%, even David Finley, but man, these past few weeks with them, you know what? I've let it breathe. I've thought about it. I'm like, nah, these guys are fucking dope. They are the perfect trio. They are the perfect team. Clark Connors might have one of the best spears in all of wrestling. That one that he hit on that he hit on Darby on the outside from the apron to the floor was nasty, man. That like he doesn't stop. He hits you with full impact. I mean, but that's the same with Gabe Kidd, with Dave Finley. Yeah, these were the perfect 6 guys to be in the ring to just give you just, you know, like I said, unmitigated chaos from start to finish. But I gotta be honest with you, I respectively, it was a great match. I don't like the decision for the baby faces to win right here. We just started the Dogs right here, and I'm sorry, they should not be taking pinfalls, in my opinion. Right now, I know Darby, you know, in a clever way, he tied up Gabe Kidd, you know, with the zip tie on the outside, so they had the numbers advantage, but they shouldn't be taking pinfall losses right now. Darby, Cassidy, and Strong, they could afford losses right now, especially against the new guys on the block. You know, maybe we'll get some other singles matches between these 6 right here, and the Dogs will get a few. But in this, their first pay-per-view match together, I don't think they should have taken the loss tonight. I think this is one of those. Yeah, it's one of those bad calls. I got to call out. You know, I got to call it out how it is. Fair down the middle, like. Yeah, the Dogs should have not taken the pinfall tonight.
Definitely. I agree. After hearing your point, I definitely agree with you, man. They needed this win a little bit more, but we'll see where it heads next.
Yeah, like I said, I'm patient. You know me. I'm patient. I don't want to rush at things, and of course, it's not the end of the world that they took a loss tonight. But at the same time, you know, you want to build up this new faction. You want to build up these new characters, these new wrestlers right here. And like I said, you know, Darby and Cassie, they're day one guys. Roddy's, you know, veteran of of what, over 20 years. Like they can afford to take a loss. They can afford to elevate some talent right now. And like I said, it's not the end of the world, but I would have switched the decision easily.
Definitely, definitely. That leads us to the main event of the evening, AEW Men's Championship Texas Death Match, MJF, Hangman Page. This was everything you thought it would be. Blood. They had fucking skewers, little wooden skewers stuck in the head, forks, a little bit of everything.
Light
Cinder block,
tubes.
mic tubes, glass. Man, it was some of everything. Incredible match. MJF was leaking. There was one point where he stuck a syringe, just like Swerve did, through his mouth, but he took it to another level and shot whatever fluid it was in through his cheek. Oh, man, the visual of that was absolutely insane. MJF, as you can see in the photo below, Hangman said it. You're going to have to take me out to take this title. And that's exactly what he did. Put him to sleep. Hangman got hung on national television, and MJF is still your AEW champion. This match was incredible all the way down to the very last second when MJF was posing over Hangman's body with the blood smeared on the camera. Incredible visuals, man. Well done to AEW's production team with this match. Great, great main event. Bro, how'd you feel about it?
I tweeted this during the match, and I'll read it here right now. Fuck your collar and elbow tie-ups. Fuck your rest holds. Fuck your headlocks. Here is Texas Death right here. I don't know what else you were expecting when a Texas Death Match is announced, but if this was your first time watching an AEW pay-per-view, this is exactly what you are getting. This is exactly what you should be expecting going forward. And I mean, these guys, like, listen, and how great is it that they sold out the crypto.com arena? I can't even say it. It's the Staples Center, okay?
Staples
It's the
Center.
goddamn Staples Center. I can't say that shit. The two homegrown day one AEW guys as the main event sold out the Staples Center, and they went out tonight and showed you why they are the two main characters of AEW. They knocked it out of the park from start to finish. The raw emotion, just the desperation on Hangman's parts, and not just win the title, but to make sure. I mean, the stipulation was he loses, he can never challenge for the title ever again. And MJF, like, the pressure's on him. He wants to be the one to, you know, put an end to Hangman's like title aspirations forever, as long as he's in AEW. And Hangman called it. He said, you're gonna beat me in Texas Death. You gotta knock me out. You gotta put me to sleep. You gotta end me. I totally missed it, but somewhere, somehow, MJF slipped on the dynamite diamond ring. He whacks Hangman first, and then, like in the picture below, hangs him, puts him to sleep, 10 count, and then the most disrespectful celebration I think I've ever seen, maybe in a long time. Hangman's on the stretcher. MJF climbs on top of him, stands up, holds up the title, and of course, I don't think it was intentional, but that little blood smudge on the camera lens right there, that was just icing on the cake right there. I mean, but it was a nice touch. It was a perfect touch to end the chaotic night right there. But I mean, it was great. You know, now supposedly Hangman can't challenge for the title again. I say let's pump the brakes on that, because it's the world of professional wrestling. There's always a way around everything. But, you know, I say for the immediate future, he won't be in the title picture. But I'm really interested to see how Tony Khan and the writing team, like, how they booked Hangman going forward, what they have for him going forward. So it's way too early for anybody to say it's a good decision or a bad decision. This is something that we just have to see playing out. Like, everyone saying, oh, it's Cody over again. Like, Cody was stuck in his ways that he never wanted to. He didn't want to turn heel. He didn't want to, like, change his ways. He wanted to be the knight in shining armor. He wanted to be the superhero for all the kids, and that didn't work then. So I would hope that Tony and everyone else has learned how to navigate this situation in a different light almost 7 years later. We shall see. Time will tell. But I mean, just an incredible main event to end. I think was an amazing pay-per-view, that being AEW Revolution.
We got Edge and Christian returning. We got Ronda Rousey debut. We got Will Ospreay, new trios champion, new women's tag team champion on a scale of 1 to 10. What you giving AEW Revolution tonight?
As far as only the main show, I'm gonna give it a 9 out. I'm gonna give it a no. I gotta drop it a little. I'm gonna give it an 8.7 out of 10 because, like I said, I thought all the action was great from start to finish. Uh, the decision I had the problem with though was the trios match between, like I said, between Darby, Cassidy, and Strong beating the Dogs. Would have switched that decision easily. Everything else in the night, I didn't have a problem with decision wise and booking wise. That's the only one I would have changed, but we'll see where they go from there. But if I'm including the 0 hour, I'm dropping it almost down to an 8 because, like I said, the damn Ricochet, they screwed our Bald King right there. They stacked the odds against them right there. But you know what? It's all right. I think he won't be without a title or a championship for not too long. He'll get his get back soon enough against that little brat Jungle Boy. But overall, I'll say 8.7, 8.8 out of 10. I mean, this is AEW pay-per-views, man. This is the standard they have set is so damn high. And I think they found a way to meet that standard tonight.
Definitely. I'm a bit higher, man. It was hard for me not to even give this a 10. I gave it about a 9.6. I enjoyed it all, man. I was a little bit behind because I had to cover the Oscars, but once I got into it, man, it was seamless, just flowed by, just great television from beginning to end. 9.6 for me. Damn, good show.
I'll bump it up a little bit up to a 9, you know.
There we go.
I'll bump it up a little bit to a 9, but you know what's crazy? People always say about the length of AEW pay-per-views. Like, I don't know if I ever told you and the rest of the guys this. I went to WrestleMania 35. I went to that one in MetLife, the one that started, it was over 7 hours. That ended like midnight, 12:30 in the morning, that women's triple threat. Like, I know long shows, and these AEW shows are a breeze compared to what I had to experience live back in 2019. So, I mean, it ain't that big of a deal for me. I mean, the show flowed, nice and smoothly. There weren't a lot of like dull spots or like long periods of just sitting, on your hands waiting for the next thing to go around. But I mean, like you said, the return of Ospreay and Omega and Cope and Cage, like, it just has me excited for the next few months in AEW television and see where they go. I mean, dude, they're on fire right now. 2026 has been a fever dream for AEW, and I think things are only going to get better from here.
Definitely. Damn good show. Make sure you guys check out this Wednesday. We will be having the Fallout from Revolution, AEW Dynamite post-show. Myself, Bob, Rose will be there. And make sure you stay tuned all week for WWE stuff, professional sports, NBA, NFL. We still got some people waiting to get signed in the NFL. Stay tuned for all of that. And Bob, what's cracking over there in the UK and your boys on group chat?
Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, X at GW Podcasts UK, and on TikTok and Instagram as well, GW Podcast UK. We'll upload clips from every episode every week. Please continue to support us. Like I said, through Twitter, X, and Instagram as well. We thank you for the continued support going forward.
Till next time, guys. It's your boy ABE from DET.
I'm that ball bro for the NYC.
You guys been tuned in to the AEW Revolution post show with the Holy Shhh podcast. Peace
out. Media.